Major Hurricane Joaquin down in the Caribbean and in the Atlantic Ocean plans to destroy the weekend. For all of you who have outdoor plans, I would definitely make plans for inside, because this weekend is going to be one to remember for quite a while. Let's take a look at the latest National Hurricane Center advisory on Joaquin. This was as of 5 a.m. Thursday morning. You can see Hurricane Joaquin maximum sustained winds at 120 mile per hour. Pressure is 948 millibars. That's a very deep storm. Of course, with a 120 mile per hour wind, you don't expect anything wimpy out of that. And this is expected to make its way to the northwest, then to the north, along the eastern seaboard of the United States. It's going to hug the coastline as it moves northward. At this point in time, you can see the cone of uncertainty, as it typically does into day 3, 4, and 5, becomes much broader, and the location where this thing is going to actually track becomes more uncertain. But one thing is for sure, the Ohio Valley is definitely going to be impacted in one way or the other. You're either going to have clouds, or you're going to have some gusty winds, or we're going to get a lot of rain. Now, we're not going to pick up a lot of rain in the way of 5, 6, 7 inches, because once these storms make their way northward in the Atlantic, as compared to a tropical storm or a Gulf of Mexico hurricane that makes its way out of the Gulf of Mexico to the west of the Appalachians and the Alleghenies, those mountain chains will tear up this storm if it makes its way to the west. Storms that come out of the Gulf of Mexico and make their way to the north don't have the chain of mountains to go across, so they stay intact much better as they move toward the north, toward the Ohio Valley. Makes sense? Let's take a look at the future view map. I have this out for 48 hours, from Friday morning at 8 a.m. until 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. And you can see the huge amount of precipitation. I've also added on the isobars on here. Those are the blue lines that are connected. Those are lines of equal pressure. They're not overly sensationalized on this map, but you can get an idea where Joaquin is located and where the computer models say that Joaquin is going to go. This is the NAM model, so this may not be up to date or up to speed as far as the positioning of Joaquin as of 5 a.m. on Thursday morning. Long story short, everybody's going to get cloud cover. A lot of people could pick up rain, and most people will pick up gusty winds. Now, what's producing our wind gusts this morning as of 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, as we record this for Friday and late Thursday night? It's not Joaquin, but we have high pressure located to the north of Ohio. We also have high pressure located across the New England states, and this low pressure system far to our south, and the stationary front for it. So we have a lot of contributing factors there. The pressure gradient is great. When you have a great pressure gradient, you get what? A lot of friction in the atmosphere, which translated down to the surface equals out to be a lot of wind. And to add insult to injury, the western lakeshore of Ohio, as we take a look at the traveler's forecast for the day on Friday, the western lakeshore for the state of Ohio for Lake Erie is under a flood watch because of the strong winds from the northeast to the southwest, pushing a lot of the Lake Erie waters towards the western shores of Lake Erie, and some possible flash flooding. We got about everything in the forecast with the exception of a snowstorm, and that may not be too far off in the future. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. So as you can see, there's a lot of precipitation in that forecast. One thing about Joaquin, if this storm makes its way towards the northwest, toward the Ohio Valley, you can bank on warmer temperatures, because when those storms travel up in this direction out of the tropics, they tend to bring not only moisture and wind, but warmer air with them. We will keep you updated on Joaquin over the weekend.